There are many models of learning that time and again comes up from different institutes, and there is one such center which does lots of research and brings up the models in which that is Center for Leadership, Creative Leadership, by the way. And what they have designed is a model for learning, which is called 70, 20, and 10 model. So it's 70%, 20%, and 10%. So what is included into 70%? What they say is that if we follow this 70, 20, 10 rule, it would be very effective for learning of the people in the organization that you are working for. So, what is the 70, 20, and 10 rule of learning? 70 is basically the challenging assignments. So, what this rule says is that there should be 70% learning comes when there is a challenging assignment. Challenging assignment. So, out of the challenging assignment, people learn 70%. They learn most when there is a challenging assignment to them. So whenever you design a development model for the leadership, for the staff, managers, the basic idea is that they should be given a challenging assignment, and by doing that challenging assignment, they learn the most for the job or for the phenomena or any idea that is running into the organization. Then comes the 20%. 20% is the developmental relationships, right? So 20% is the development relationships that they build during that assignment or work that they are doing. So, what is development relationships? It is basically the networking that they do. It is basically the interpersonal skills that they use. It is the team that they have. They are surrounded with within the organization. So, all those people who want to develop, they give feedback to each other. They learn from each other's experiences. They learn from the mistakes of the other people. They learn from any references that any other individual has gained, and that individual transfers that relationship or learning to the other people. So the development relationships contribute 20% of the learning, and then the last 10% is the training. So it is very interesting that the actual training that you name into the organization, that we are conducting a training program, we are conducting a kind of a learning session, we are conducting seminars or conferences, they contribute only the 10% of the overall learning. Now, if you look back and look at all the training programs that different organizations, consulting firms, and training organizations arrange with the organization, what happens in those training programs is that most of the trainers and most of the organizations try to build in most of the challenging assignments parts into that, though they are kind of simulations or games and different small activities, group activities. On the basis of that, they try to teach the challenging assignment that an individual is facing. Then there are 20% that comes into those training programs, which is focus groups, which are discussions, which are kind of working relationships within amongst the people. And then of course there are some 10% portion which is training also. So it is very interesting to see that all the training programs that trainers arrange, they are more or less focused on this rule of the learning, which is 70, 20, and 10 rule of learning. Now there are some impediments also that are included, that there are hindrances basically to effectively implement this rule. I mean, it looks very simple that you should be giving challenging assignment to the leadership, and they will learn best, and they should be having a development relationships. Excuse me. And then and then only 10% of the training. But there are of course hindrances in implementing these things. And what are those hindrances? One is managers and their bosses do not have the knowledge they need to select and sequence work assignments and career moves, right? So they don't have that knowledge, or they do not have that expertise, that how they can sequence that challenging assignment into the organization, that how what steps would come first, and then second, and then third. How would they sequence into the organization? Then the other challenge that happens is that the lack of motivation to take ownership for development relationships for themselves or their team. So the development relationships is another hindrance, is that there is lack of ownership amongst the top team or among the managers, that they do not take ownership of the development relationships that they need to build within the organization. So at times people face trouble into what they are learning. They do not transform that learning into the other people, and their kind of competition is also going on within the organization. So if that development relationships are built very well, and you must have seen the organizations where HR managers or the owners of the organization or the senior managers, they actually coach their staff or their team members. When they coach them, those organizations are brilliantly performing. Those people are brilliantly performing because they have a mentor-mentee relationships, a coach and coachee relationships, extensively going on within the organization. And then there are other hindrances, like organizations that are unable to match the learning needs of high potential managers. So there are some high potential managers also into the organization. You must have seen, there are high potential managers. There's those who learn quickly, those who perform at a higher pace, those who want to grow at a higher pace, and those who want to go from A level to B, C, D, E level within a year. So it is very hard for organizations to match the pace of those high performing managers. Only those organizations who could match the kind of pace of these high performing managers, they give them a good career growth. They give them, not only them a good career growth, they also grow as organizations very rapidly. So this is basically one very interesting rule that if you apply into your organization, and think that and this goes with the adult learning methodology, like all the adults, andragogy, the word that is used, andragogy. The seniors, the adult learners, always want a challenging assignment for them. If you start teaching them most of the things, if you go to the seminars, if you want to train them, that is only 10% of what they learn. They want is a challenging assignment. 70% of their learning, their growth, comes from the challenging assignment that you should be giving to those people. So thank you very much for your time. Take care. For the half.